y'all, welcome back. It is Saturday here. It was a beautiful day here. It was windy, but it kept you from getting too hot. So I hope you had a beautiful day wherever you're at. We went to the Nashville Flea Market, just like I had told you we were going to. And y'all, I'm just going to start off by saying this. Get a drink, get a snack, get comfortable if you plan on watching the whole thing. And you need to watch the whole thing because you're going to be blown away. I am overwhelmed at all the things that are around me and at the great prices that we paid for these items. So I'm going to try not to do a lot of chatting with y'all. This is going to be a long video, so let's just jump in. I will tell you the prices if I can remember. I don't remember the prices on everything. So let's just get started. I've told y'all many times about the vendor that we absolutely love. He's like one of the main reasons that we go to the flea market. He is, when you're first coming in, you have the like covered areas that are sort of in the back, but you have to kind of walk in the like parking lot. And there's a row of 3 vendors. I think it's usually, sometimes it's 4 vendors. They're just out in the parking lot. You've got the first guy usually sells metal signs. Then another guy that kind of unpacks his stuff and puts them on a table. And then at the very end is the guy that just opens the totes and you just dig. You dig through water, you dig through dirt, whatever. But all that digging that you have to do, he rewards you with great prices. So I'm going to start with what we got for him first. Now, everything that I'm going to show you until I say, okay, we're done with him, was $32. So you're going to be so shocked. First up, we got this vintage little bunny rabbit. He is so nasty. He's going to have to be cleaned up. The little chicken has some really gross little hair on top of his head. And look, he even has a cottontail. But I think once he has a bath, he'll be cute to kind of put with some of our vintage Easter things we were able to find this year. I got this metal brush. So I'm going to display that. And you can use these kind of the same way that you would use a flower frog. So Greg actually found that for me. I got this vintage box of... There's no price code on it, but there's also like no barcode. It had a sticker for the price, but I'll keep it in the box. But vintage of Christmas ornament hooks. Okay, I got these 3 Bibles. This one is the New Testament. I think this one is kind of hard to see, but I think it's probably the New Testament as well. And then I got this one. Okay, so this was presented to Private Albert Gleason of the U.S. Army. I thought that was really cool. And I don't know, you know, sometimes I have a hard time finding copyright dates on Bibles. Let me see if I can find one. It was done out of Cleveland, Ohio, and there's not a copyright date. But I got this. I got this amber bowl. I don't remember the pattern of this. I know you see them everywhere. You see them in Goodwill, all the places. Okay, y'all, I got this. I'm going to clean them up, get new shoestrings, and take these to school. They are vintage shoe tying things, toys, manipulatives to help your students learn how to tie shoes, or your kids at home. This would have been great for my kids growing up. And then I got this boot for the same thing. That's really cool. I got, oh, I may be moving you, I'm sorry. This copper dustpan. We're still on the same guy, guys. I told y'all. So Greg found this bag. I don't even know what's in it. We're getting ready to open this together. I know he wanted, there was one little thing he wanted in it, and I'll show you when we get to that. But all these little trinket things are from Japan. Well, this, I think they're all from Japan. This little baby, he's marked Japan. This is not. This come from Las Vegas. I will probably donate this back to the thrift store. or donate it to the thrift store. This little bunny rabbit, he'll be cute to put on. You know, I have that shelf above my couch and I just have a hard time with. So this little sleeping baby, he is marked Japan. He's kind of cute. Some of these would be really cute on a shelf in a nursery. If you were doing like a vintage nursery, that would be cool. This little, postman owl. He's so cute. He's not marked. But this was the reason I think that Greg got this. This is marked Japan, and it's a little deer. It was a set of a salt and pepper shaker. Now he's more like a spring deer, so he has little tulips. He's not really a Christmas deer. Now the made in Japan, the rose pattern, I think it's marked. I've actually seen this marked a couple of different things, like moss rose or old rose. I've seen it a few different things. This thing is so nasty, but I found the sauce boat. I thought that was really cool. I didn't realize till now that it does have like a small little chip, and I thought that I really checked for chips. So I don't know for 100% sure if we didn't possibly do that, but I'm fine with it. I mean, I've never even seen this out in like a thrift store, antique store, so I'm gonna be okay with that. We're still going with that same guy. To go with my Spice of Life, I did get this, what is this, a little coffee pot. It's missing the lid, but if I just, when I use this, I can just put some greenery coming out of that. All right, I got this book that is literally falling apart. It was copyright date. See, there's the spine. I'm probably going to put like some string on here, maybe some twine or something just to kind of tie it together. Its copyright date was 1804. It is the illustration of the Shorter Catechism, but 1804, guys. It is falling apart, but we can fix that. I also got this Sweet Danger. I don't know. I've never heard of it. 1802 was the first copyright date. The second copyright date was 1902, and it was gifted to someone on May 15th of 1903. So there's that book, and it's green. So if you turn it on this side, you won't see the red. It'd be pretty to set out now. I also found several vintage postcards. This is a Christmas one that is post dated 1912. This is a adorable Halloween one. It may like possibly be made to look vintage. It does look newer when you turn it around, but it hasn't been mailed, so it's new. I found a Thanksgiving one that I don't know if somebody just handed it to him, because it was given to somebody, but they didn't mail it. I have another Thanksgiving, and once again, oh, it's dated November 1916. And I absolutely love this one. Now, I don't decorate for Halloween, but these are so cute. I might stick these out this year. But how adorable is that? I found an unchipped, which is kind of shocking. It was cracked, but it was repaired. Flow Blue plate. And I found, because I do strawberries in the summertime, this strawberry plate. In case you're thinking I forgot, I have not. We're still on the same vendor for $32. All right, this is the last item from that man. I found, digging through some wet papers, this has dried. It's the Ohio Farmer, published weekly, little like, I guess maybe like a newspaper, Cleveland, Ohio. This was published Saturday, September 30th, 1922. Y'all, I could not believe it. It is, hold on, I'm going to show you. It is so fragile. If I can get to the middle of it. And it shows on the cover. Okay, so it has on the front. I'm afraid if I bend this, it's going to fall apart. But some children in their parents' farm. Look at that. I am going to very delicately look over this. It is like every time I touch it, a piece of it is falling apart though. I'm almost afraid to bend it back, but oh my goodness. That might, out of all that might have been my treasure of the day. Okay, so all of that was $32. This guy is amazing. Okay, so moving on. This is going to be a long video. Before him, the guy set up before him, I'm getting ready to show you everything that we got from him, and we spent $52 with him. So the first thing the first up is, now this is not a painting. I don't know how to describe it. I need to kind of look up and see what these are called when they're like this, but we got this hunting dog. We have been looking for a picture like this for a year. I do know that this picture was $5. I may remember a little bit, maybe, because we got that picture. I don't remember how much this stuff. I just remember I asked specifically about this. This is a letter. I haven't looked in these. This was mailed. Has George Washington on the stamp. Was mailed in 1937. And then this was mailed to Mr. John Lynch in 1939. So I may go through those and read those later. I'm not sure. I found this. This one was $2. This vintage, it stands up card. Y'all, I cannot believe I found this. So this is from the annual Newman Club Dance, and it was January 26, 1940 at the Neal House, and it was a little book that ladies would take around with a little pen or pencil probably in their purse, and they would have the gentleman that they danced with sign their book. It has the list. The first page is the officers of this organization, and then it has the chaperones, and then it has the autograph page for who you danced with. Oh, this is super cool, y'all. So we got that. Greg grabbed this. I don't know how old this is. It's the Grand Whiskey of the Highland, blended Scotch whiskey. It is imported by 12 Stone Flagons somewhere in Pennsylvania, but it's blended and bottled by a company in Glasgow, Scotland. So doesn't have a year or date on it. But we like the ginger beer bottles that have this color. This is really pretty to use for fall. So I know that this was $15. So 15, the pitcher was $5, that's $20. We got these turkey salt and pepper shakers, and they are the Napco-ware. If you're a collector, that name should be familiar with you. These are really sweet. I'm excited to have these on my table this Thanksgiving. Well, who are we kidding? Y'all know at Thanksgiving I'm going to have Christmas up. But for this fall, remember I said I'm going to do turkeys this fall. We got another metal egg beater, but here's the handle. Greg got a couple of pieces of milk glass. He didn't think that he had this I kind of think he does, but that's okay. He had been looking for this piece to complete his set. It looks like, I say it's blackberries. I'm not really sure. But y'all know he likes the covered dishes. I have been wanting this. I see this in antique shops and it is very expensive. But this was a part of what we spent with him. Okay, and so that is what we got with that guy. I actually thought that I got something else from him, but maybe I didn't. Okay, so moving on, we have a lady. Actually, she works at the estate sale companies that I shop with a lot. So I always enjoy seeing her. She gives me great deals. I don't ask for them. She just gives them to me. So I'm going to show you what we got from her. And I did get something off my bucket list, and I'm going to insert a picture here. I've been looking for a chair like that for about a year now. I was so excited. I'm going to put it in front of my desk. I love that chair. And even though I'm sure it's a replica. It's not, from like the 1800s, early 1900s, nothing like that. It's very sturdy, but still, I'm excited to have that. Okay, so I also got this Watkins Pure Ground cloves tin, and there's still cloves in it. I thought this would be so pretty to go with all the green that I have out for Christmas. This was $10. And then, y'all, I saw a picture of this mixed in with some green stoneware, and I didn't even know that, I'd never seen it before. And I thought, oh wow, that would be awesome if I could find that. So I started looking on eBay, and they're crazy expensive. Sometimes they go on auction, sometimes they're just priced. There are different sizes. This is a smaller one, but it's Kentucky Candies, made in Danville, Kentucky, which my husband's from Kentucky. He's not from Danville, but I spotted this. And she only charged me $7 for it. And that's gonna look so pretty in my kitchen with all my green. And I also got, she only charged me $1 for this, and it was because it was so nasty, but I was like, well, I can clean it up. But I got one of the aluminum ice tray thing. Now, another vendor, I don't buy from her very often, but I found, and it's so old, I was tickled to get this Wilson's Bake Right Pure Shortening. So that will look really pretty to have out in the summertime with the 4th of July things. That red, white, and blue. This was $8, and it's another one of those. And this $8, I think I got mine for $5. So I got another one of the carpenter rulers. So I was excited to find that. Greg actually found that for me. I paid $1 for this little plastic chicken. Greg wanted this. Y'all, are you hearing me say Greg wanted some of this stuff? We got these, I don't know if they're vintage or not, but these little lamb sheep. Guess who wanted them? Greg. I wanted them too, but Greg was looking for sheep today. And then another single purchase from a lady. I like to look at her booth. I don't buy from her very often, but I got this complete book of arithmetic, and it was published in 1870. Look at that. And so it was 1870. She charged me $7 for it. Yes, please. There's this couple that's always there, and I buy for them sometimes. They have great stuff. We found 2 mashers. They were $7. So if you're in the market for vintage wooden mashers, you know that this was a great deal. I love the long handle one. I like the detail on it. They had 2 more And they were the lighter ones, and I prefer the darker ones. They also had a ton of vintage Valentines. So I grabbed, and some of them are signed, some of them are not. They were $1.50 each. So this one says, "My Teacher's Valentine." I had to have that one. I love the little boy. And this was to Hazel Carver, so I thought about my Hazel. This is so cute. "I'd like to have you for my Valentine." It's from Joe. I'm going to store them, so I'm trying not to take them out of the plastic. "I am proud to be your Valentine." This little girl is so stinking cute. This one's cute. He's trying to get the balloon away from the puppy, and it's from John. All of this. Another sweet dog, and this is to Brittany from Drake in cursive writing, so most kids today wouldn't even be able to read that. And then, y'all, if you're not sitting down, sit down, because you're not going to believe this. Greg picked out these cabinet cards. Yep, you heard me. This one was $2. Very distinguished looking young man. This one was $1.50. And this one was $2.50. I'm just going to leave it in. It's Andrea and Katie Schneider. So that was all that we got from that couple. Okay, so then there's this one vendor there I bought from him a couple of times. Greg loved this, and I loved it too. But it is an old vintage picture of a barn, and it looks like 6 horses. This is going to be hard to see, but let's see if I can get it. And it looks like it's in the winter. Is that snow on the ground? But I love that. Okay, so now there's another vendor. He's inside. All of these were vendors that were outside. The one inside, he has 2 booths there, but he always has the greatest stuff. So these were $3 a piece. I got this picture. It was January 1st, 1940, taken of this soldier. And then we got this picture of these 2 guys on this horse, dressed in their, looks like their Sunday best. Okay, now when I show you what else we bought from this guy, you know when I said it in my last video, or was it my last video or was it the video before that, you knew I was lying. Like, you probably thought, she's lying. I probably subconsciously knew I was lying. But he had an entire table full of Astoria glassware, dishes, everything. He didn't have the pitcher, like the water pitcher, or I would have grabbed that because I've got that amazing cake plate. So, and he tried to, we got 4. He kept trying to get me to get 8. We got 4 glasses, and we got 4 of these plates. They're probably like dessert plates or something. But the thinking behind this was, I have the cake plate, so I could serve dessert on these, drinking our iced tea. So now I need the pitcher. You know I'm going to be on the hunt for the pitcher now. There's so many. The more I look at this, like, I don't have anywhere to display it, but if you had open shelving with lighting in it, that would be beautiful because the light would catch that. But, and this is heavy, good, solid stuff. Like, I might wash this up and put it in our rotation of our glasses. I don't know. But you also know that before I left, like, he really got in my head, and he kept saying, you really need to get 8. You really need to get 8. And I get a lot of things in 4. And now I'm thinking, I should have got 8. Why didn't I get 8? All right, Greg got this, and I think it's a mallet. I think that's what they're calling it. It's, very old. He has really gotten into primitive things, and the guy was just putting this out And Greg was like, oh, ask him how much that is. And the guy heard us, and he said, oh, that's 15. So, you know, Greg grabbed this up. He's going to try to put it with my rolling pins, guys. Okay, so there's also another little lady that's outside, and she's always so sweet, and she has some really good, fun little pieces. And I didn't get this the first time that we walked past her, but it was still there, and it was only $1. So it has, I'm going to use this for the summer, it has the eagle and the American flag. So for $1, I grabbed that up. I don't know what this is. I think it's under the glaze, but I'll give it a good scrubbing and see if I can't get that off. She also had one of the Syracuse China restaurant ware that I'm trying to get. She had one plate. So for $1, I grabbed that. She had the Wexford glasses that you know, like I call it, because we drink sweet teas. So these were $2 a piece. I have like the Wexford wine, so I've been wanting to get these. She had 3. Is it 3? She had 3, so we went ahead and grabbed what she had for $2. Okay, and then Greg has been looking and looking and looking for this in like antique shops and all those things. He was wanting the small one of these. Now it was $8, but there's no chips. Greg made 2 purchases. I'm going to insert 2 pictures here. He bought those. Those were the 2 first things that we bought. He was over the moon. I don't have any idea where we're going to put that dough bowl. I think we're going to have to stand it up and like lean it in a corner. But the challenge to that is we're going to have to find a corner that doesn't have something in it. So the shovel is going to go on the front porch with the rake for right now. But y'all, he was so excited. He was like a kid on Christmas morning when he found those 2 things. So coming back from the flea market, it's in Nashville, and we actually are on Nolensville Road, which we get to hit the 3 thrift stores that we rarely get to hit, which is Music City Thrift, Thrift Smart, and Goodwill. And I think we bought something in each one of them. So we bought the 3 Wexford from the lady for $2 at the flea market, and then we went to City Thrift, and they had some more for $1.99. So we were able to now, I think we have 7 of these, and I would like to, you know, have 8. Check your thrift stores, guys. You're going to find some amazing stuff. And then at Goodwill, I had just thought, you know, if I could find one of those little wooden hourglasses, I would like to have one of those. It's exactly what I was looking for at the Goodwill. And then I did not need this, but I always get the little brass fingerlings. Is that what they're called? Fingerling candlestick holders, whenever I find them. This was $2.99 and the little timer was $2.99. And then at Thrift Smart. It is not often, more times than not, I go in there and don't get anything. But I was just looking, and Greg was kind of sitting in one of the chairs. And I come back, and he was holding this. Y'all, let me see if I can see what it is. I think it's Chatworth. I don't know. I can't really see. It's kind of, I'll show you, maybe you could see. Here's the stamp. And it's this beautiful ironstone. It's a little stained. There's the staining. Gravy boat. And it's not green. It's like that teal. I love this pattern. I see this pattern in antique stores and I can't ever afford it. This was $1.99. What a good find, Greg. You did a great job. Okay, so that is it. Oh my God. All right, so I forgot we had one more thing at the flea market. Y'all, this was only $10. Look how huge this sifter is. Look, $10. We're gonna try the nails and the screws, everything. Well, I guess it's nails, they're all rusty. It's kind of coming apart. Oh. I think we're gonna try to hang it somewhere with our round ones. Of course, we don't have the round ones hung up yet because we're always moving stuff around. That was out of reach, that's why I forgot it. So that was it. Can you see now why I said grab you a drink and get comfortable and sit down? But it was like the flea market just kept giving and giving. We have never found this much stuff at the flea market at such affordable prices, ever. So we stayed there. We got there at 8 and we left at like 1. It was amazing. I'm overwhelmed. So, all right, guys. Next weekend is the Great Junk Hunt in Nashville. I am very excited. I am a little apprehensive about, I think we went to the junk hunt today. I think this was the real junk hunt. I think we hit the jackpot. I don't have a lot of hopes for the junk hunt next week, but I'm excited to get to meet some YouTubers that I know are going to be there. I hope that we are able to run into each other. I know that some of you have gotten tickets that live nearby. If you see me, I will be there Friday and Saturday. I'm not 100%. I will not be there Sunday, but I will be there Friday and Saturday. If you see me, please come up and say hello. I would love to meet you. I hope that y'all have a great time if you do go and you don't run into me. If you're local, check it out. It's going to be fun. It's going to be a nice, it's not like a flea market at all from the research I've done. I feel like the majority of it's inside, probably all of it's inside. It's probably going to be beautifully decorated. So it is going to be a fun experience to see. So I hope you get to go. I know people are traveling to come. So anyway, guys, I've got to find homes for all this and clean everything up. So until I see you again, happy thrifting.